And these Latinos, they love making babies, too. Just know that. They do. They do.
Democratic VP candidate Tim Walz in Wisconsin today.
Their closing argument last night was clear to the rest of the world. It's about hate. It's about division. It's about dividing us. Kamala Harris is out here making the case, as I am with all of you, that this is a new way forward, an opportunity to beat the president for all Americans.
Any election comments or developments from here on in would affect at least 41 million votes, the number of Americans who've already early voted. Police saying fire set at ballot boxes in Oregon and Washington state are connected, and they've identified a suspect's vehicle. A couple of hundred ballots were lost in the drop box arson in Vancouver overnight. Only 3 ballots lost in the other fire in Portland. Quarter Pounders coming back to 900 McDonald's that pulled them off the menu last week because of E. coli cases, one of which was deadly. ABC's Alex Stone.
Now that the beef has officially been ruled out as a source of the E. coli and the onions that came from a Colorado facility of California-based Taylor Farms was the culprit, McDonald's says it is bringing back the Quarter Pounder in those areas. It lost it last week, but in those areas that were impacted by E. coli, Quarter Pounders won't have slivered onions on them for the time being. And McDonald's says it will no longer source onions from that Colorado Springs processing plant.
You're listening to ABC News.
Robinhood is introducing forecast contracts so you can trade the presidential election. Through Robinhood, you can now trade financial derivatives contracts on who will win the U.S. presidential election, Harris or Trump, and watch as contract prices react to real-time market sentiment. Each contract you own will pay $1 on January 8th. 2025 if that candidate is confirmed as the next U.S. president by Congress. Learn more about the presidential election contracts on Robinhood at www.robinhood.com/election. The risk of loss in trading commodity interests can be substantial. You should therefore carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your financial condition. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Commodity interest trading is not appropriate for everyone. Displayed prices are based on real-time market sentiment. This event contract is offered by Robinhood Derivatives, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm. Exchange and regulatory fees apply. Learn more at www.robinhood.com/election.
The arrival of autumn raising the number of laser strikes on aircraft.
Just last week, it happened to Houston pilot David Wren.
We were struck by an intense beam of light.
He was at the controls of a sheriff's department aircraft.
We're communicating with ground troops. We're working the camera. I mean, we have enough going on right now.
The issue is spread across the country with 128 laser strikes over Kansas City this year, 265 in Houston. But Cincinnati has recorded none.
That's ABC's Jim Ryan. If you're trying to plan a Thanksgiving feast without breaking the bank, there are a couple of ways that you could save.
Grocers are rolling back prices to compete with shoppers who are on a budget. Walmart is promoting a so-called inflation-free Thanksgiving, 29 items to feed 8 people for under $7 a person. Sam's Club members meal feeds 10 at about $10 a person, and it can be delivered to your house pre-cooked, so it only takes 2 hours to heat up. And Aldi is offering its lowest prices since 2019, a meal for 10, including a butterball turkey, at just under $5 per person.
ABC's Elizabeth Schulze. The president of the country of Georgia is urging the West to support protests taking place today following the release of the results of this weekend's parliamentary election, which she says she will not recognize. The influence of Russian President Vladimir Putin is being blamed for allegedly stolen election results in the former Soviet republic. The president vowing to protesters she'll support the country's path.
End-of-life decisions are hard. Be it pre-planning or sudden loss, you need to have an advocate in your corner, which is why I wholeheartedly recommend Drennan and Ford Funeral Home and Crematory in Port Angeles, the only locally owned funeral home and crematory in Clallam County. Their expertise ensures a smooth process so you can focus on healing and being with your loved ones. Their help through the darkest time in my life will forever stay with me. Call 360-457-1210.
Here is why voting yes on both the upcoming school levy and bond measures is easy. What will the construction bond do to my taxes? Great news. Nothing. It's not an extra tax, just phase 2 of a disciplined 30-year plan that's already happening to rebuild or renew all Port Angeles schools. The middle school rebuild is already on time and on budget, with an emphasis on local contractors. We just need to stay with the plan. Easy call. Paid for by Port Angeles Citizens for Education.
This is Pepper with your KONP News headlines, brought to you today by RE/MAX Evergreen Real Estate. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. Call 360-457-6600. The Clallam County prosecutor and the Port Angeles police chief are sounding the alarm about an impending decision in the state Supreme Court. The issue is around public defenders and how many cases they can handle per year. The concern is that if the court's decision goes a certain way, judges may be forced to start setting suspected criminals free. And Squim's own Pearl Peterson has been invited back to the World Series to sing the national anthem following her sensational performance last year. You'll see these stories and more on our website at myclallamcounty.com.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by Olympic Game Farm. Chance of rain showers this afternoon. Otherwise, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Highs level off around 55. Winds out of the west, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies again tonight. Slight chance of rain showers. Lows level off around 41. Partly cloudy tomorrow. Chance for showers. High temperatures reach up to 51. 51 Wednesday with isolated showers likely. 49 Thursday. Chance for showers continues. Taking a look at the extended forecast. 50 Friday, 49 Saturday, and 50 on Sunday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, 55.
It's the Todd Ortloff Show on Newsradio KONP. Now, here's Todd.
Well, surprise, surprise, it is not Todd Ortloff. It is Amanda Bacon filling in for Todd Ortloff this week. So I've got a bunch of great shows lined up. Thanks to the producer of the Todd Ortloff Show, Doreen Northup, who fills these slots beautifully every single week. So I just want to give a big shout out to Doreen. Thank you for that. And today I get to talk about plants and bugs and fun things and fall cleanup and ultimately sweet potatoes, because everything revolves around food around here. And I'm going to be talking with part of the Master Gardeners and the WSU Extension Office. And, we typically have Judy and Jeanette in, but we have two lovely people in today. We have Laurel Moulton and Sammy Greiger.
Hello.
Did I say that right?
It's Grieger, but you're good.
Grieger. Yeah. No, I didn't say it right then. You can throw something at me next. A sweet potato, possibly. So Sammy and Laurel. Laurel, I'm going to start with you. Thanks for coming in this afternoon. We have talked a little bit about becoming a master gardener on this show before and how you can go about doing that. And since the last time we spoke, you have extended the RSVP time, the enrollment time in becoming a master gardener. So let's talk a little bit about that process and now the time frame for people.
So the Master Gardener program is a volunteer program that we do training for every other year. So the training starts in January, the middle of January, and we've extended the application deadline to November 1st.
Which is Friday.
Yeah, Friday. So if you're interested, get in touch really soon.
Okay. And how do people get in touch with that?
You can call us at the Extension Office. You can email our program assistant, Harmony Rudder. Should I say the email address?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's harmony.rudder, RUTTER, at wsu.edu. You can also call the Extension Office at 360-417, 2279.
Sure, that sounds good.
Too many phone numbers in my head.
I get it. What does it entail becoming a master gardener? So what if people are listening and they've always thought it would be fun, possibly, learn some stuff, but what does it really entail?
Well, the training is 11 weeks long. We do training every Monday. It's all day. It's 9 to 4 o'clock. We have a lunch break, and we cover all sorts of different gardening topics, from basic botany to native plant ID and running a greenhouse and how to diagnose plant disease. So yeah, it's all day each Monday except for the federal holidays from January 13th through April 7th.
I love it.
Yeah.
Basic botany. That sounds like a punk rock band.
Yeah, there's all sorts of.
Yeah, I'd go watch them.
yeah. But so once people go through the training, we just kind of cover all the gardening basics and teach people what resources to access to get the best science-based sustainable gardening information. And then the Master Gardeners is actually a volunteer program. So you go through the training, you become an intern, and then you go out to the community and answer people's plant questions and teach sustainable gardening topics.
Now, let me ask you a question, and I have not talked to you prior to this, so you can throw, again, something at me if this is not a question I should be asking, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What if someone wants to come to this class, but they are terrified of speaking publicly or of going out in the community and doing the teaching part of it? Can they come for the learning and just be a part of the group?
That's actually a really good question.
Oh, good. There's one.
I'm so glad you asked it because there are people that don't like public speaking or don't like writing or don't like getting their hands dirty. Well, you should like to get your hands dirty. But as a Master Gardener, we have so many different volunteer opportunities that if you don't like public speaking, that's fine. We have booths at various events where you can talk to people one-on-one. We have 2 different demonstration gardens where you can help make gardening demonstrations. If you like writing, we have opportunities to write. If you want to be on the radio, you can be on the radio. There's just, I mean, the world, the world is your oyster. Is that the right saying?
Absolutely. I say that all the time. That's a great saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the world is your turnip in this case.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds really exciting. Okay, so when I get this podcast up, probably tomorrow, I will make sure to include the email to Harmony in it so that people can click on that and make sure to get in touch with you guys and get signed up by this Friday for this go-around's session of Master Gardener Learning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and on our website, there's kind of an orientation. So if you want to know the details, more details than we can cover here about the program, you can go to the WSU Extension website and click on Master Gardeners and then find the training page.
Okay. So Laurel, you have all things that, and you also want to chat with us about this time of year and how to get your garden ready for the impending fall and winter, right?
Yeah, there's...
Which I can't believe November is Friday. That's nuts to me.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I need more sun. So this is the time of year where people either think, oh, thank goodness I can put my feet up and read. But really, a lot more people are saying, maybe I should cut down on everything in my garden. What should I clean up? What shouldn't I? So I wanted to share, there's reasons to clean up your garden and there's reasons to not clean up.
Okay.
So I know that sounds weird, but
no, I get it.
But there's all those fallen leaves and the hollow stems and all the debris that's left over from that glory in the summer is actually habitat for beneficial insects. So you may not want to clean it all up. You may want to wait to trim the hollow stems and clean some things up till the fall. But there's some reasons that you might want to clean things up now. And one of those is pest management and disease management. So let's say you have an apple tree and there's, spots on the leaves, apple scabs, something like that. You would want to clean those up because that lessens the amount of the spores that can infect your apple tree next year. Yeah. So what I usually say is if you see a specific pest or a specific disease in your garden on a plant, you would want to get rid of those dead leaves. Sometimes you can compost them. You can also bury them, about 6 inches deep. Put them in the municipal compost, but just get them out of the garden so it doesn't perpetuate the disease.
Interesting. Now, there are bugs that are evidently good. Am I hearing that correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. None of them are allowed in my house.
Yeah, actually, it's more than 99.9% of insects in the world are beneficial. We just like to talk about the ones that are scary or the ones that are pests. But you'll actually have an easier time with your pests if you leave some of the beneficial ones because they can help you eat the bad bugs, or they provide services like pollination, all sorts of things. So yeah, there's a lot of good guys out there.
Well, I think that's another topic for, at the Master Gardener class too, is to find out what those Good bugs are. Gotta tell you, they're not allowed in my house.
Yeah, we in the Master Gardener training we do cover basic entomology, and we cover pollinators and beneficial insects, and then we teach folks how to find more information about ID.
You know, it's interesting about pollination because growing up I was terrified of bees, all bees, and it turns out bumblebees are quite darling and hornets are jerks. You know, you got the spectrum. And now I actually look when I'm buying flowers to like plant outside and everything, I actually look for the ones that say great for pollinating to encourage those cute little bumblebutts to come onto my porch and, you know, maybe have a little rest and go pollinate. And they're beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll help pollinate, but also sometimes those bees, particularly bumblebees, are so cute. Sometimes they'll just take a nap in a flower.
It's precious. It's the most precious thing. Yeah. All right. Well, we've got some of the fall cleanup that, you know, we've touched on a little bit. And then, Sammy, we're going to be talking about sweet potatoes.
Yes, we are.
Which I love me some sweet potatoes.
It's pretty exciting.
You can't have Thanksgiving dinner without sweet potatoes.
That is true, and it's the time of year that really aligns with when sweet potatoes are ready to harvest, which is about now, which is exciting.
So we're at that time when it's ready to harvest. When should we have planted them, or when should we plant them this upcoming year so that we can have them for next November?
Yeah, well, that is sweet potatoes traditionally are really like heat and sun-loving crops, so actually growing them in Washington is very new and novel, but it's part of some research the Extension Office has been supporting to try to get out to local farmers in an area to see if they can actually grow well. So we just finished harvest up this month, but they were planted back in early June. So you really want to make sure that they don't experience a frost. Sweet potatoes do not like to be cold. Hence it's a little bit tricky to grow them up here in our northern climate. But it's been a really fun season to try to explore that with our growers in the area to see if we can start getting this new and unique crop out here.
Do hothouses or greenhouses help with that, or is this just in the ground? I mean, what's the best way to produce sweet potatoes in your own backyard?
You would need a lot of resources. We're mostly working with farmers right now, so I don't have a ton of maybe gardener tips, but if the gardeners are listening, they probably could take some of this advice for themselves. So sweet potatoes start from something called slips. So you actually have like the big cured root and you put it in the dirt, usually in a tray, but that needs to be in a greenhouse and kept pretty warm, usually like 70 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and it starts to grow its own greenery off of that. These things called slips, which we then trim, and some people pre-root, some don't, and those get planted then directly outside around early June once it's warm enough.
And what's warm enough?
Well, we are using some unique farming methods to try to get things to be warm enough because this places in the country, at least, I mean, sweet potatoes are grown globally, but here in the U.S., in North Carolina, California, Mississippi are the top states that grow sweet potatoes, which are very different climates than Washington. But what the research station has found and what we're trying with farmers is using things like black plastic or different mulch methods to put over your soil that can keep that soil warm enough. They need to be usually over 60 degrees Fahrenheit. They really like warm soil to be able to grow and produce those big, yummy roots that we all love to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What kind of local farming? I mean, if you are a farmer, let's say we have farmers listening and they're like, I didn't know that we could, learn about sweet potatoes. I mean, how do you reach out to the farmers? How do you find them? Do you just go door to door and say, wow, you have a large plot of land. Would you like to grow some yams?
Yeah, I think that's one really cool part of this project and why doing this on-farm research is so important, because it is about relationship building. So Mount Vernon's the research station that really started developing this growing guide, and they did a lot of their research out in their fields, and then we're taking that info and trying to bring it to the farmers that are located here on the peninsula. So a lot of that was using our resources as Extension Office. Laurel knows a lot of local farmers, and we did a lot of calls to action, I think, over the past few years just to ask people who are interested. We try to get it out at events or going on the radio like this, trying to just talk about and get the word out that we have some resources if people are interested in learning how to grow them. We had about, I think, 19 farms participate in our on-farm trial this year, and it was really fun. All last month I got to visit the farms and dig up the roots with people and, see how they did. There's some did amazing, some struggled, but we're all learning together, which was really fun and important with these new crops.
So what made you think that Washington or Clallam County might actually work in doing this if this is such a different climate than they're typical used to. I mean,
tropical crop. Yeah, it is. Sometimes we were out there and we're digging, especially it's cold and rainy and you're in this clay soil. Like, this is really silly, but there's other moments where it's really worth it. I think why the research station got interested is with climate change and our conditions are changing. This is a warm, loving crop. Perhaps that means it could do better as we're moving forward. It also is a really unique crop. Laurel's taught me a lot about this, of how it's different than, it's in a different family, like plant family, which means it's really great for rotating in crops, and it's more resistant to common pests and diseases that we already have out here. So that's a big benefit.
I was gonna say, so one reason we decided to try growing it in Washington is, even though it loves heat, we have longer days here than they do in the South, and so that actually makes up for some of the lesser heat that we have.
Yeah. We
Wow.
may have less growing days, but we have that long hours of light, and sweet potato loves sunlight, so we're playing around with it.
I think my coworker might be part sweet potato, because she also likes a lot of light and warmer tropical climates.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's exciting. We just finished up harvest. I only have one farm left, and some farmers are hoping to try to market them. So if folks that are listening, if you shop at local farm stands, maybe keep your eye out. There might be sweet potatoes there, and they were likely part of this trial. And I'm just, very grateful for farmers that participated, because it is a risk to try this new crop in our precious, field space. We have a lot of small farmers out here, but it was really great to work with them and get to see the pros and cons of trying to grow this tropical crop in Washington.
Well, now here we are at the, precipice of holiday season with all of the delicious, and, it's hard to think about next year, but what going into this time of year, is there any planting that can be done? Is there any planning? Is there any prepping that we can be doing right now to give us time and space to prep for next year?
Gosh, let's see. So, well, if you wanted a winter garden, it's a little bit past time to plant that, because you can actually grow kale and Brussels sprouts and other winter crops, but usually we put those in at the end of summer or September. And Sammy might add to that, but you can still plant garlic.
You can. I was thinking that. I was like, garlic.
Yeah, and cover crops. Some farmers and gardeners are doing cover crops. That's getting a little bit late for that. Usually those happen September, October, but that's a way to cover your soil for the winter. But there's other things like covering the beds. If you want to just have a really easy spring, you can cover the beds with mulch or cover them with black plastic, and then you just have to peel off the cardboard or peel off the black plastic, and you don't have all that prep in the spring.
Oh, I like that. That sounds fun. Past yourself will appreciate it when it comes spring. You'll be like, good job, past bacon. That was really smart. That was really smart. I've never said that about myself. Good job, past. Excellent. Okay, well, how can people get in touch with you if they have more questions about sweet potatoes, about maybe they have or are working on building up a farm and they want to get in touch with you so that they can be part of your contact list? How can people get involved with this side of things?
Yeah, they can either go to our websites, the WSU Clallam County website, and if you just search the search bar sweet potatoes, contact info will show up, or you can email me. It's samantha.grieger@wsu.edu, and I'll get you connected and in part of the trial if there's a grower out there that is interested in that.
Yeah. We also have a sweet potato growing guide that we've been updating from year to year with input from local farmers, and that's available on the WSU Mount Vernon Research Station website. So it's just easy to Google WSU Mount Vernon and look for the sweet potato page.
It's a great guide and answers some of the questions you were asking earlier, Amanda, about if some folks are wanting to think about growing them themselves. That guide will have all the tips to do that, and it's been really great to get it updated each year. I'm excited for the next round.
This is exciting. I love it. I love hearing that we have potentially a new crop that that you, not we, I haven't done anything, figured out how to basically manipulate to work for this climate. This is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool. It doesn't mean that it's easy. I think there's a lot of challenges with it, but it's really cool to try and to learn with our farmers. I think that's my favorite part of this whole research thing is, getting to hear back from them of what crops are actually useful for their farms.
Next stop, bananas, right?
I don't know. That's tough.
I hope not.
Oh, man. Laurel Moulton, Sammy Grieger, thank you so much for being here today. You're part of the Master Gardeners and with the WSU Extension Office. Again, after... we'll get this posted probably tomorrow, and we will make sure to include the email for Harmony in there. And then also, I'll get your email. I'll have you write your email down for me, and I will also include that in the podcast so that people can reach out specifically to you for sweet potatoes if they're interested in learning more about that, or if they have farming that they want to get involved with, and we can get maybe a bumper crop of taters in here, because Squim, as you know, grows incredible potatoes. They're rocks, literal rocks is the Squim potatoes, but yeah.
I was going to say they grow great potatoes in both forms, rock and vegetable.
Yeah.
And hopefully soon sweet potatoes. There's I think probably one farm stand in Squim that will probably have sweet potatoes this year.
I think so.
So excited. It's my favorite time of year. I'm getting all choked up thinking about the sweet potatoes now. I'm salivating is what I am. I'm thinking about those sweet potatoes. All right, stick around. We've got lots more coming up on the Todd Ortloff Show today. Next up, we're going to be talking about switching gears. We're going to be talking about the Port Angeles Symphony and talking to conductor Jonathan Pasternak about the upcoming performance that's happening this Saturday. And it's going to be another beautiful performance that they put on. So stay tuned.
I understand that as our world becomes more automated, receiving personalized service from a real person is more meaningful than ever. I'm Dan Shappy, and as a farmer's agent, I know a thing or two about how to help you select the insurance you want so you can
protect what matters most.
Call 360-681-0696 to learn more and chat with me, a real person and experienced farmer's agent, today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Red Carpet Car Wash in Carlsberg is always adding to the list of things they provide to keep your vehicle looking brand new. The full detail shop is just one more service to check off that list. Not only will your interior and exterior shine, your engine will sparkle too. Red Carpet is also getting some winter upgrades, including new equipment in the manual bay and new vacuums. Call Kyle today and let him get you scheduled for your red carpet treatment Tuesday through Saturday. 360-461-0826.
I'm Ken Simpson, candidate for PUD Commissioner. Reliable broadband connects us to family, friends, and the world. Not everyone in Clallam County has that benefit, but there are partnership opportunities that can help us include rural customers with the expansion of services. I'll work with those partners to provide the opportunity to keep us all connected. I appreciate your vote.
This ad paid for by Ken Simpson for PUD Commissioner.
Hello, this is Amanda Huff with Squim Valley and Harper Ridgeview Funeral Chapels. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about a new, exciting, and environmentally friendly development in the funeral industry. It's called Natural Organic Reduction, or simply terramation. Perhaps you've heard of it. Terramation is a process in which the body, after death, is returned to the earth in a carbon-neutral, eco-friendly manner. The process takes place in a controlled environment, and all that remains is a natural, odorless, compost-like material. If you'd like more information about terramation and advanced planning, call us today at Harper Ridgeview in Port Angeles or Squim Valley Chapel in Squim, and one of our knowledgeable and caring funeral professionals will assist you in answering your questions. Harper Ridgeview and Squim Valley Funeral Chapels, because your loved ones deserve the best.
Steve Theringer is honored to be your state representative, working with you to fund education, strengthen our healthcare system, making investments in our ports and parks, and promoting new forest products. We need to improve access to healthcare, improve long-term care, and protect our environment while growing our economy. By working together at the state and local level, we can build thriving communities to help our families flourish. Please vote Steve Theringer so we may continue working together to make the Olympic Peninsula an even better place to live.
Paid for by Theringer for State Representative Democrat.
you for tuning in to the Todd Ortloff Show today. I'm Amanda Bacon, filling in for Todd Ortloff this week. Thank you to our friends over at the Master Gardeners and the WSU Extension Office. Sammy Krieger and Laurel Moulton were my guests today. We're going to have all sorts of information on this podcast tomorrow when it goes up. And if you would like to get in touch with them, we'll have all of the info at your fingertips, and you can find that at myclallamcounty.com. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Port Angeles Symphony Orchestra with one of my favorite humans. Conductor Jonathan Pasternak is going to be here talking about violins and music and happiness and joy, which is just really some of my favorite things in life. We're going to catch up on some news, and when we come back, we'll be talking about the upcoming Port Angeles Symphony Orchestra happening this Saturday and their concert that they're going to be giving.
Here's why voting yes on both the upcoming school levy and bond measures is easy. Is the levy a new tax? No, it's the normal renewal of one we already pay. Port Angeles supports our schools and has renewed the levy since the 60s. The levy is critical. It pays for nearly all music, all sports, most paraeducators, counselors, and important school operations. Strong schools without extra taxes? Sounds like a no-brainer. Paid for by Port Angeles Citizens for Education.
Hi, this is Tristan with Tri-State Roofing. We are celebrating the grand pre-opening in Sequim. We specialize in roofs, siding, gutters, patio covers, and doors. The best part? We got you covered with incredible financing. 0 down payment, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 18 months on approved credit. Experience the Tri-State way. We've got you covered 24/7. Call 253-ROOFING or tristate.pro.
Tri-State Roofing, we got you covered.
For the Washington State News Network, I'm Rob Francis. A new poll showing Washington voters are worried about the potential of violence after the November election. The poll comes from the Seattle Times, King 5, and University of Washington Center for an Informed Public. Nearly 2/3 of those that responded are concerned that the election results could lead to politically motivated violence. The responses differed based on political affiliation. 7 out of 10 Democrats who responded said they were very or somewhat concerned. Just half of Republicans said the same. Seattle Public Schools unveiled its list of schools that are on the chopping block under their closure plan announced earlier this year. Yesterday, they announced they will close 4 elementary schools within the district, and students from those schools will be transferred to neighboring elementaries. The Seattle School Board gave the go-ahead to close up to 5 for the 2025-2026 school year. They originally planned on closing as many as 21 schools. Zhangbo Liang and Linda Yu have been indicted for defrauding Target out of over $150,000 by swapping purchased iPads with counterfeit ones and returning them for refunds. From January to June, they returned about 140 iPads to stores in Yakima and Richland, obtaining around $163,000 in refunds. They face multiple charges, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, and are set to appear in federal court. For more on these stories and others, download the WSNN mobile app. You can also visit our website, WashingtonStateNews.net.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I taught for 20 years, until I started forgetting my lectures.
Eventually, he had to quit. Getting his early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard, but it gave us time to take control of the situation, together.
I can't imagine going through this without him.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by Olympic Game Farm. Chance of rain showers this afternoon. Otherwise, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Highs level off around 55. Winds out the west, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies again tonight. Slight chance of rain showers. Lows level off around 41. Partly cloudy tomorrow. Chance for showers. High temperatures reach up to 51. 51 Wednesday with isolated showers likely. 49 Thursday. Chance for showers continues. Taking a look at the extended forecast, 50 Friday, 49 Saturday, and 50 on Sunday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, 55.
Isn't this pretty?
It's very pretty. I love having lead-in music. Thanks, Amanda.
You're welcome.
So cool.
I do whatever I can. I really like to suck up to my guests. It's basically I want you guys to stroke my hair and tell me I'm pretty. So this is your music for you.
Okay, later.
Perfect. Welcome back to the Todd Ortloff Show. I'm Amanda Bacon, filling in for Todd Ortloff this week, and it is my esteemed pleasure to have Jonathan Pasternak with us from the Port Angeles Symphony Orchestra. Listen to this music. We're going to be hearing this on Saturday, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah. This is very dramatic, Amanda. I love it. Wow.
I don't think there's anything in my life that I don't do with drama, so here you go.
You heard it here, folks.
Well, this is exciting. So you guys have shows all throughout the year, and you bring in these fantastic guest artists, and I have to tell you, I saw recordings from the last show where our dearest Todd narrated.
Yes.
And I heard he was brilliant because, of course, he's Todd.
He was. Yeah.
And then you had Sunshine Peterson and was it Morgan?
Morgan Bartholic, yep.
Did a duet, and they had no right being that good. It was insane.
But don't say that too loud because we weren't supposed to record it.
No, I didn't see it on a recording.
Yeah, you didn't hear anything.
No.
But
in my head, I was envisioning it because I know both of them, and I was just like, that's a pairing that I really wish had been recorded because it was so beautiful.
Exactly.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes, yeah. And had we permission to do it,
sure,
it would have made a fantastic recording.
It would have been spine tingling.
It's true. So we have to talk about when you're going to join us.
Oh, seriously. You have no idea how badly I would like to do that.
Okay. We'll talk.
Okay.
All right. My people will call your people.
My momager? You going to call my momager for me?
Sure.
All right. She'll say, call Amanda. So this upcoming show is this Saturday. You, of course, do this really cool thing. You do a public dress rehearsal for people during the daytime who might not be able to come at night.
Yep.
And then you have the show at night as well.
That's right.
What are we going to be hearing this go around?
Well, so the lead-in, I think, gave it all away. We have a violinist coming in, Miss Francisca Peach. Not spelled like the fruit.
Is that really her real name?
Yes.
It's the best name.
It's up there with bacon.
To bacon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm more of a cured meat kind of guy anyway. But no, she's fantastic. Anyway, it's Pietsch.
I'm really glad you told me because I saw that, and that I would not have gotten peach from.
You would have said what, Pietsch?
Probably.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah. But IE for Germans anyway is E. So there you go.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I learn something new every day.
She's based in Cologne, Germany.
Oh.
Is from the eastern part of Germany and had a very interesting and tumultuous upbringing there. She's got a lot of interesting stories to tell. But anyway, aside from that, or what have you, she's fantastic. She's a great player. She's a very interesting artist, very creative in how she approaches the music.
How do you get in touch with these people to have them come to Port Angeles and perform with you?
Well, for her, I just had to ask. Yeah. But
that's incredible.
Yeah. So I met her through a very dear friend who just had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Yosu de Saulan, who's a pianist. He comes here from time to time. He's a big audience favorite. Just turned 43, and he introduced us in Romania. We were in Bucharest. I know. It sounds so...
This is the greatest story.
Yeah.
Why didn't I pop popcorn for this?
So Yosu and I'm pretty sure we met in Bucharest because we were preparing to go and perform together with some Romanian orchestra. I think this is 2018. Could it be? And anyway, Francisca was there, and we were there meeting the same people and their duo partners. So, yeah. And then I got to work with her several times in the Czech Republic, and we just made...
This
Your
is
expressions
amazing.
are great. Yeah. But in Spain, we recorded these two pieces that we're going to be performing on Saturday.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I've played Billings, Montana. So, I mean,
Billings is cool.
Very close to the Czech Republic.
Yes.
It gets just as cold in the winter.
Well, it's east.
This is incredible. So, this is a really special chance for people to get up close and personal to literally a world-class musician. Besides the world-class musicians that play with the orchestra, she's amazing.
She is amazing. She is amazing. And I heard the edit. Actually, I shared it with the orchestra by email. And the second edit of our recording, she just sounds superb. She really does. It's going to be very exciting. So she's here. She's come all this way. So it's not just one concerto. She's going to do both the pieces that we recorded. One of them is called Symphony Espagnole, and it's like a symphony for violin and orchestra. So that takes place, the place where we would perform, a regular symphony on the second half of the program. And we're going to open it with this amazing piece by Paul Hindemith, which features all of the sections of the orchestra. It's such a cool piece. I've been wanting to do it for years.
This is probably going to be like asking a mother who her favorite child is, but what is your favorite section of the orchestra?
Oh, wow. Yeah, but some of my musicians might be listening in.
It's okay. They won't know it's not them.
But they will.
No, because we're only focused
on
ourselves.
I have a good answer. I have a good answer.
Okay.
It's the audience.
Oh!
Thank you.
That
way
well
I don't get in trouble with anybody. And I'm sincere. I'm sincere.
I know.
Yes.
I know. That's incredible. Listening to live music it fills your soul. I mean, it actually, you can feel calm, you can feel happiness, you can feel joy. It just does something to the body. And what an incredible opportunity for people to not have to travel very far to watch it.
You don't have to travel far. You do have to travel away from your screens.
Yes.
So if you're used to listening to compact discs, if they still exist, or the radio or Spotify or YouTube or anything, you do have to leave your home and go to the venue. Go to the Port Angeles Performing Arts Center, because live music, there's nothing like it, and I know you agree with me.
Oh, I fully agree with you. And because we want you so badly to come experience this incredible opportunity, you have given us 2 tickets to give away to the first caller. Now, be able to go. Don't just call and take the tickets and not be able to go, because these are going to be front row tickets to this incredible performance, which is happening this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. This is for the show in the evening. And it's at the Port Angeles Performing Arts Center up at the high school, the big auditorium, which is just a fun stage to play.
It is.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And then when you get that many people in there to listen, and you get their energy on top of the musicians' energy, I promise you, your soul will be filled if you get to go experience this.
Yeah. I agree. And the rehearsal, if you can't make the evening concert, some people don't like driving at night from Squim, and I completely understand, because I really don't like it these days.
Yeah. Oh.
10 a.m. is the public dress rehearsal, and they might get to hear some pieces repeat a little bit when we rehearse them, but you'll hear the whole program.
That's incredible. Do you have to dress up? Some people want to know.
You do. It's getting a little cold out, so do put on some clothes. Yes.
Well, I didn't mean
you knew that
get
was
dressed.
coming. No. I mean, when you do a dress rehearsal, well, yeah, of course, if it's for a musical or a play,
sure.
You're in your costume, you have your makeup, but no, you come as you are.
And then for the evening show as well, I mean, you don't put on airs. You don't have to dress in fancy clothing. I know I love to dress up when I go out because it's so rare. But you can come in whatever you want to come enjoy this music.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, it's a place where there are going to be a lot of people, so they'll all be looking at you. So you want to look nice. But there are some people who come dressed to the nines to the symphony because they like to do that. But the most important thing is, like you said, it's the community. And it's just, being together, showing up and experiencing the live music. And all of these pieces that are very approachable that we're playing. And you don't need to know anything about classical music to come to Port Angeles Symphony concerts. You let the music wash over you and feel all the feelings, as they say these days. And you do. And I'm just really proud how the orchestra's sounding these days. It's a great vibe on stage. And anyway, I think it's going to be a very special event.
I think it's also going to be fun for you to look up on stage and see a cello player and go, I think I'm their neighbor. Or I ran into that violinist at the grocery store. I mean, these are people in our community.
Or my nurse or doctor at the hospital or the ER or something like that. All of those people are there.
The flute player delivered my baby.
Yeah, could be. Almost. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. So first caller, 360-457-1450. If you can attend this concert on Saturday evening, you're going to get 2 front row tickets to the Port Angeles Performing Arts Center. And again, the public dress rehearsal's at 10. The show in the evening is at 7:30.
Yes.
And is there a fee to get in?
Yeah. Various
Then
ticket
just
prices.
buy tickets at the door? Or?
You could buy tickets at the door. You could go to our website at portangelessymphony.org. You can call us at 457-5579. You could also go to Port Book and News.
Beautiful.
Pick up a book and pick up some tickets. And looking forward to it. So 10 a.m. and 7:30, Port Angeles Performing Arts Center. Like you said, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Pick up a book on Strauss while you're there.
Yeah, if they have one.
Sure.
Interesting guy. Kind of, very, because he said he was apolitical, and in a way he was. He's one of these artists who doesn't necessarily walk into walls, but is just lives in another world. But of course, the world of the second half of his life had to do with the things that were happening in Europe in the 20s, 30s, 40s. And so he was not really on the periphery. He was given a title and he just hated what was going on in Germany. He was Austrian. He hated it all, and he suffered the fools as he needed to for his art. But he helped a lot of people get out who needed to get out. And otherwise, he was on his mountaintop writing his music. This, by the way, he wrote when he was 16 years old.
Stop it.
Yes.
What?
He wrote it 16. Yeah. He hadn't even become the Strauss that we know. So if you listen to this music, it might not sound like the Richard Strauss you know. It might sound like, I don't know, Carl Maria von Weber, or interesting, I should say that because the Paul Hindemith piece is like variations on music by Weber. And this Strauss piece, for me, is very much like Weber. Anyway, I don't know. I'm getting off track.
No, this is incredible. When we come to the shows, do you give this kind of insight to the music as well?
Well, I say a few things on stage, and actually at 6:30 before the show, we have a pre-concert chat. Sometimes I'm joined by a guest, sometimes our special guest artist will be there, or a symphony musician or a board member, or it might just be me talking about the program. So it's mostly then. So 6:30, come early, 6:30-ish, something, until about 6:55. And I say a few things, but I really like the music to speak for itself. And the kind of music that I choose for the Port Angeles Symphony, at least I hope, is music that can speak to anyone who's listening to it.
You have brought culture and beauty onto the peninsula in ways that I don't think any of us could have ever imagined. And we are very lucky to have you here with us bringing us this music. So thank you for your countless hours of preparation, of rehearsing, and for leading these people in such incredible beauty.
Well, it's very kind of you to say, and it's truly my pleasure.
Well, I can't wait for you to come back again, and I'll make sure that my Todd's next vacation aligns with your next show.
Why not? This has been fun.
All right, take care.
Are we going to have some playoff music now, or play out, I should say?
That would have been really good.
Yeah, okay. Next time.
I didn't think that far ahead.
It's all right.
I thought somewhat ahead.
You did? It was cool.
Jonathan Pasternak, you are amazing, and we'll chat soon.
You are amazing. Thanks, Amanda.
All right, here we go.
I understand that as our world becomes more automated, receiving personalized service from a real person is more meaningful than ever. I'm Dan Shappy, and as a farmer's agent, I know a thing or two about how to help you select the insurance you want so you can
protect what matters most.
Call 360-681-0696 to learn more and chat with me, a real person and experienced farmer's agent, today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Red Carpet Car Wash in Carlsberg is always adding to the list of things they provide to keep your vehicle looking brand new. The full detail shop is just one more service to check off that list. Not only will your interior and exterior shine, your engine will sparkle too. Red Carpet is also getting some winter upgrades, including new equipment in the manual bay and new vacuums. Call Kyle today and let him get you scheduled for your red carpet treatment Tuesday through Saturday. 360-461-0826.
I've spent 34 years as a local electrical contractor, acting as your agent with the PUD. I'm Ken Simpson, and I'm running for Clallam County PUD Commissioner. I'm proud to have worked alongside the great women and men of the PUD to bring your home or business the power you need. I appreciate your vote, and I'll continue working to keep your lights on for you.
This ad paid for by Ken Simpson for PUD Commissioner.
Todd Ortloff now with a word for Olympic Peninsula title. They don't just have customers, they have raving fans. Yeah, for over 40 years, they've been earning the repeat business of their customers by treating them with respect, delivering what they promise, prioritizing the security of customers' funds and information, and always providing service with a smile. When it's time to choose a title company to close your transaction, opt for Olympic Peninsula Title and see for yourself why they've earned over 500 five-star reviews, and they've been voted best title company in Clallam County over and over again.
Hi, this is Bill Benedict. I served 2 of my 4 terms as Clallam County Sheriff with Commissioner Randy Johnson. He was and still is an exceptionally talented community leader and problem solver who puts the welfare and concerns of his constituents ahead of partisan politics. Clallam County needs the proven leadership, accountability, and political independence of Randy Johnson to continue as District 2 County Commissioner. Please join me in voting for Randy this November 5th.
Paid for by the committee to elect Randy Johnson.
You think of voting when October rolls around? This is Dale from Wilder Auto, and we want your vote when it comes to your full-service auto dealer. We've got great brands, factory-certified service, and the Wilder Advantage. Our pledge to you is our promise to earn your business on your next vehicle purchase or the next time you need your car serviced. So why would you go anywhere else? Come check us out or 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
Mike Chapman has proudly served our community as an elected official since 2001. Before that, he was a law enforcement officer. We've seen extremist threats to abortion access, and Mike has never stood idly by when there's a threat. That's why he has always been 100% pro-choice as your state representative. Mike would be honored to continue standing up for our freedoms as our next state senator.
Paid for by Chapman for Senate, Democrat.
Hello, this is Port Commissioner Colleen McAleer. The Port of Port Angeles is proud to recognize the North Olympic Peninsula's accomplishment in being named one of 6 finalists for the nationwide Recompete Grant Program. Our region has secured $35 million to bring new jobs and training opportunities to citizens of Clallam and Jefferson counties, including in the marine trades, natural resources, construction, and more. Recompete's goal is to create new paths to high-quality jobs, helping areas like ours that have lost major industries make a comeback. The region-wide Recompete Coalition is working hard to create a more prosperous future where anyone can succeed and provide for their families. We're moving forward with the 21st century innovations that first made our region strong, from jobs on the water to jobs in the woods. Stay tuned for more updates from the Port and our Recompete partners on how to get involved.
Hi, my name's Adam Birnbaum, and I'm running for state representative in the 24th Legislative District. Too many people in our community are struggling. We need less ideological extremism and more bipartisanship. My campaign is about working with everyone to build affordable housing, create well-paying jobs, and improve our healthcare system. Our district deserves a candidate who will focus on common-sense solutions to the most important issues in our community. Learn more at electadambirnbaum.com.
Paid for by Elect Adam Birnbaum, Democrat.
Have you been searching and searching for anyone to install, repair, or replace your windows? What about looking for someone to install a new exterior door? And what about a skylight, or a new glass shower enclosure, or even a glass railing system? It can be hard, if not near impossible, to just get a call back. We at Hartnagel Building Supply sympathize with just how difficult it can be to get fast and dependable glass services. It's why we created our newest division, Hartnagel Glassworks. With over 80 years of combined experience, our team is ready and excited to help you on your next project. Whether it's big or small, residential or commercial, installation or repair, we can pretty much handle anything related to glass. Contact us today at 360-417-8388 or at hbsglassworks.com. Angeles Millwork and Hartnagel Building Supply, building homes, building community since 1906.
Here's a look at what's happening in and around our area. The 5th Avenue in Sequim will be offering trick or treating. Bring the kids and traverse the haunted Bat Cave or trick or treat. You can also enter raffles for spooktacular prizes. This is happening starting at 6:30 p.m. Pop on over then to Sherwood Assisted Living and check out their haunted halls. Safe and indoors, the residents will have lots of candy to pass out for our costumed guests. That's happening from 6 to 7. November 2nd brings Backyard Birding, preparing bird habitats for winter, brought to us by the Olympic Peninsula Audubon Society and at Dungeness River Nature Center. From 10 to 12 at the Dungeness River Nature Center on Saturday, November 2nd, Christy Lassen returns to give her always popular seminar discussing the special winter needs of the Anna's hummingbird and other species that make the Pacific Northwest a year-long home. Admission to the seminar is free. However, there is a suggested donation of $5 per person to support ongoing OPAS education and conservation programs. And St. Matthew's Lutheran Church is having their first Christmas Bazaar of the season, Friday, November 8th and Saturday, November 9th from 9 to 3. St. Matthew's Lutheran Church in Port Angeles on 13th Street will be having a fantastic Christmas Bazaar. Proceeds will benefit St. Matthew's Lutheran Preschool. Come start your day with dishes and coffee, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., then lunch is served at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come start your holiday shopping early. Baked goods, gifts and decor, homemade jellies, jams, cookies and candies, stocking stuffers, plants, woodworks, collectibles, hand-sewn needlepoint crafts, pet lover gifts, sensational holiday items, and so much more. If you have an event that you would like to invite the general public to, you can submit it for free on the same website, our website at myclallamcounty.com. That's going to put a wrap on the TO show today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Amanda Bacon, filling in for Todd Ortloff this week. We've got lots of great guests lined up all week long. Thanks to our darling producer, Doreen Northup, for always making sure that we have a full schedule. Thank you to my guests today. Thank you to the Master Gardeners and also to Jonathan Pasternak from the Port Angeles Symphony Orchestra. Get to talk about music, which always makes me happy. That's going to do it for our show today.
God for the radio. When I'm on the road, when I'm far from home, I'm feeling blue. Thank God for the radio, playing all night long, playing all the songs that mean so much to me and you. Playing all the radio.